Do you want a fast way to quickly improve shoulder range of motion? Look no further than the muscle scraper. I'm gonna use a sidekick muscle scraper to work through my entire shoulder. So we're gonna go through the bicep, the deltoid, the tricep, in through the entirety of the forearm, and even a little bit of that upper trap area. This is gonna be a fast and effective way to improve shoulder range of motion. Hi guys, I'm Dr. Chloe Costigan from Mobility Doc. Let me talk to you about a tool that I love, which is the muscle scraper, specifically the sidekick tool. This kind of piggybacks on the lower body routine that I did. Someone had requested it, so I'm looking forward to diving into this. I like doing this actually before I do any type of stretching because I can quickly increase some blood flow to the area. I can get that connective tissue to loosen up a little bit more, and I don't have to waste time doing so many dynamic and static stretches. We have done a bunch of different videos about muscle scraping, so if you want a little bit more detail, make sure to check those out. We'll include them below, but this is going to be really targeted for your shoulder. So I'm going to show you exactly how to go about muscle scraping. Some key points, right? Do not do this over an open wound. Don't do this over an area that's really red or bruised, right? You want to consult with a physician or with your PT before you do that, okay? The other thing is that if you're unsure, then ask someone, right? You can end up irritating an area or making something worse, so let's avoid that. So for an otherwise though fine shoulder, this is going to be a really great way to quickly increase range of motion to the area, increase blood flow, and kind of get everything moving a little bit better. One other point, you likely want to use some type of emollient. This is just ultrasound gel. You want to use some type of lotion, cream, something like that, because it's going to help to decrease friction. Okay, the goal isn't necessarily for it to hurt. Okay, it might hurt, but the goal isn't necessarily for it to hurt. And the thing that we want is we want that muscle scraper to be able to glide smoothly back and forth, because you will see that an area will be red, but what we want to make sure of is that we're not just irritating the skin. The other thing is that if you press too hard, you might bruise yourself, and that's not the point either, right? I was just talking to a patient about this, that the point isn't pressure. The point is doing this where it's like, think of it as like you're almost like combing out your hair. So it's like all of that connective tissue that's over top of the muscle. What you're doing is you're starting to get those fibers to smooth out. It's like you put down sheets on a bed and you're smoothing everything out. So then that way that muscle can move how it's supposed to. Let's get started with the bicep first. So I have that emollient on the muscle scraper, or you could put it directly on your arm, and I'm going to go throughout the length of my entire bicep. So I'm kind of coming to this inside part, down through the center, and I'm trying to go through the entirety of the whole muscle. So you see how I'm at the very bottom of where the bicep is, and then I'm coming up in through the top area. So what I'm also doing is I'm going to scan through the whole area. So I want to kind of go through this area for about a minute. Then that way I'm kind of making sure that I get to all of those areas around the bicep. Be careful when you kind of come in through this inner elbow. That's where your ulnar nerve is. So again, like if you start feeling a lot of numbness and tingling, that's not your objective, okay? You want to stay on that part of the muscle. So after you do this for a minute, then you can introduce a little bit of motion to that area, so you can flex and extend your elbow. So now I'm contracting that muscle, and you're going to feel that slightly differently. So you can do that for another minute. You can do a certain area for up to 3 to 5 minutes, but the bicep is not that big, so you don't really need as much time as if, say, like you're doing your quad or something like that. So that's what's also really nice about it, is that it doesn't really take a ton of time. So first scan, then you can focus on one area that bothers you a little bit more, spending maybe 30 seconds or so through an area, and then you can also introduce that movement. One quick tip with the bicep. So a lot of times people have particular tightness through either side of the bicep. So if here's like kind of the part that's a little bit more, it's a little bit more bulged right here. If you come on either side, that's where your brachialis is. And a lot of times that connective tissue can be particularly tight. So I like to focus a little bit more kind of coming all through that side. Give that a try. For your deltoid, so you have 3 heads of your deltoid. You have your anterior delt, your middle delt, and your posterior delt, okay? So we wanna try to make sure that we get to this entire area. So, and it kind of comes down in this triangle shape and attaches right in through here. A lot of times people have pain right in this deltoid tuberosity, so you don't necessarily though need to just focus on the area that's painful. Again, what you wanna do is you wanna scan through this whole area, making sure that you get that posterior deltoid too. So all the way back through here, in order to be able to make sure that you're loosening up that whole muscle. Now, to introduce some range of motion to that area, if you want to target that anterior delt, you flex. If you want to target that middle delt, and actually kind of all the delt, then you bring your arm out to the side, you abduct. And then if you want to target the posterior delt, then you're going to extend your arm. Getting to the tricep can be kind of tricky, so I'm going to show you two different ways, okay? So the first way, what I'll do is I just lift up my arm just kind of like this, so it's already on a little bit of tension. And then I typically, just because the tricep can be so sensitive, a lot of times I use this curved edge because then it's a little bit more tolerable, but by all means, you can use this side. That side is just gonna be a little bit more pinpoint. So I'm gonna kind of come through here, all the way through this side and in through this center part, and along the inside as well. So I'm kind of trying to get to that entire area. This tricep is so sore, oh my gosh. So I do a lot of tricep work. So I really feel this through here. Now, in terms of then making it a little bit more, adding some active range of motion, then you can bend and straighten that elbow, just like that. For some bonus material through the tricep, what you can do is you can have your arm in this tricep chair stretch that I quite like, and then I'm just going to do some muscle scraping all through here, and I can actually get to this higher part of my tricep as well. So I'm kind of coming all through here, and then I can flex and extend my elbow. A bonus for the bicep is that you can put your arm in this kind of stretch position like this, so then you're gonna fully straighten that elbow and back and forth. This is focusing more on the lower portion of the bicep, because in order to stretch more of the long head where it crosses this front part of the shoulder, your arm has to be behind you. Muscle scraping through this forearm looks like this. So I'm gonna kind of come in through this front part of my forearm. You see I'm kind of coming all along the side, just like this. Even cross your elbow, because that area a lot of times can be pretty tricky. So I'm kind of coming across here. I'm gonna go through here for 1 minute, and then I'm going to flex and extend my wrist. So I'm kind of coming along here, back and forth. And especially too, people will really feel this along this side here. So spend a little bit more time through there and kind of coming all around. You can even turn your palm up and down to get to a slightly different area. I even feel it differently if my arm is out to the side too. It's a little bit harder to reach, but I feel that differently through my extensors. Now, through the front of the forearm, these are your forearm flexors. Same idea. So in particular, more of that muscle is right along that part of the bone. So don't go over your ulna, but you can kind of come just to the side there and come all the way down to the wrist. The majority of the muscle though is kind of in through here, through where that elbow is. You're just gonna flex and extend, just like that. Last one, I'm gonna kind of come in through this, in through that upper trap area, just because that ends up influencing some of that shoulder range of motion. So I'm going to be here. And now I'm in this kind of stretch position with my arm out to the side. A lot of times if you go too hard right in this junction point, it's gonna get pretty bruised. So just be mindful of that as you go through there. So I'm just kind of coming across the side and even in through a little bit of that back area. And you can kind of come all the way up into the neck. Do not do the front part of your neck, okay? So you have important arteries there, don't mess with that. But you can kind of come up in through this side part of your neck. I'll show from the back. So from the back, you can see me kind of coming up through that side, all the way in through that trap area. Again, it's pretty sensitive, so make sure you have enough emollient, and you also probably only need a minute. You can do some active range by kind of doing that side bending of your head as you do it. That takes a little bit of coordination. So you can do this before you work out to quickly increase range of motion to that area, and you're not going to overstretch your muscle. Or you can do this after you work out because it's going to help to facilitate the recovery. You don't necessarily have to do all areas of the shoulder. If you are a little bit limited on time, you don't have to get to all areas, but if you can do bicep, deltoid, tricep, forearm, front and back, and your upper trap, you are going to be in a really good position. You can get to some other areas like your lat, for example. I didn't do it today just because sometimes what can be helpful is like even just doing that one tricep stretch as you're doing the scraping will help you get a little bit more out of the lat stretch that you can do. It can also just get a little more complicated because your ribs are there too. So just to recap, you're going to scan through an entire muscle for 1 minute. Avoid bone or any type of nerve area. Don't spend too much time in one area. So after the 1 minute scan, you can spend up to 30 seconds in one area, but a more effective way of increasing that range of motion is introducing some motion. We really like the Sidekick tool because it's heavy enough, it's well made, and it also has this curved edge around the entirety of it. So you can use this tool along here, here, here. Some of these hard to reach areas, you can kind of get in through this area on either side. So it's just versatile. The other thing is that, as you can see, I have a video for the lower body that I do almost after every run. And now we have this other one for the upper body. So it's really useful in terms of being able to target a bunch of areas, and it's portable. I just took this to Japan with me, and I would do this after every workout. Make sure you like and share this video. We're going to include some other links of some other references for using the Sidekick, for using the muscle scraper. Please ask any questions below. I'm happy to answer them.